Hey everyone, Gill Gross here, post-match, Rafael Nadal versus Sebastian Korda, Indian Wells 2022, round 2. If you're not here for spoilers, click off the video in 3, 2, 1. Third miraculous come-from-behind win by Nadal in this 2022 season. Shapovalov in Australia when he looked down and out in the 5th. Medvedev in Australia when he was down 2-0. And now here at Indian Wells, down 5-2 in the third set against Korda, comes all the way back to win it in a third set breaker. How much of a choke was this from Korda? How much of it was just a fantastic, epic comeback? I'm going to answer that question after a quick shout out to PlayYourCourt. The place to go if you're looking for a local coach, practice partner, or match. Find people to play with in your area with PlayYourCourt. I've arranged a 50% off discount for you to join the community. Just go to the link in the description, playyourcourt.com/Gill Gross. Full transparency. I missed the first set. Didn't see it. I was out doing other stuff. And I usually don't make these videos when I miss part of the match, but I'm making an exception here because I saw the second set and the third set. Korda absolutely rolling, cruising, and then I saw the flip from the very start. 5-2, Nadal ends up coming back and winning it. So I'm going to start with the portion of this match that Korda was having great success and winning. All out, aggressive power tennis from Sebastian Korda. A tremendously impressive display of ball striking. Average ground stroke speeds over 80 miles per hour off of both wings. Fantastic depth. I was paying attention to the depth throughout the second and the third set for Korda when things were going right. And it was unbelievable how consistently he was hitting big, fast, hard, deep in the court, and coming forward, approaching Nadal's backhand a lot, especially, but hitting huge coming in, returning huge. It was all-out offensive onslaught. And on the backhand side, that's very unique. I think that's something that is rare for Nadal to have to deal with. A right-hander who can attack any sort of average cross-court forehand by Nadal and can do serious damage off of that shot. Nadal was losing that ad-court, cross-court, Nadal's forehand to Korda's backhand really badly with how, Korda just stepping in, taking his backhand on the rise early and absolutely ripping it cross-court and then readily changing direction down the line at the very first moment of opportunity to do so. Not allowing Nadal to settle into his forehand corner and punishing Nadal anytime he was able to drop that forehand short and inducing the short forehand with the weight of shot and the speed of shot and how early Korda was taking that backhand cross-court. Obviously, making it difficult on Nadal to defend once behind in the point because Korda was coming in and finishing at net. And we talk a lot about Korda not being a great defender and being much better when attacking. And he was able to do that on his return games, attack on his return games because of how aggressively he was returning. And he was making some fantastic offensive returns off of both Nadal's first serve and his second serve. On the second serve, Nadal was not able to protect it as well as he would like. And part of that was the double faults. And part of that was also probably the pressure that Korda was putting on the Nadal second serve. Nadal won only 2 of 8 second serve points in set 2. And then in set 3, he won 50%, half of his second serve points, which especially I think towards the end, he started to win them because we'll get to this, but he stopped double faulting and he was winning rallies on consistency. So the double faults, I think, were a big issue here. And just to revisit this topic quickly for Nadal, I covered it after the Shapovalov match in Australia, where Nadal had, I think, a career high 11, maybe 12 double faults in that win. And I talked about how his double fault rate keeps rising, and it's been an issue at times. 8 double faults in the loss to Djokovic at Roland Garros. A lot of untimely double faults when he lost to Rublev last year in Monte Carlo. So it's a common theme. We continue to follow it. In this match, it was an issue for sure. He almost, and it would have been one of the main reasons if he lost the match, that he lost the match. His double fault rate was up around 20% in this match, hitting how many? Why am I not seeing? So 4 in the third set, 8 in total. But none in the latter parts of the match, unless I'm forgetting one. So that was a factor. And then Nadal lost the feeling on his ground strokes. And again, it goes back to, how do you beat Korda? How do you attack the weaknesses in Korda's game? And it's by making him defend, making him uncomfortable. If he's going to dictate, he's very good at it. Very good at it. Nadal lost the confidence on his forehand. Lots of errors in the second set. It was flying on him. Couldn't control the ball. Lots of shots that were going long. And by the third set, Nadal, he doesn't like to miss, and he didn't want to miss. So he stopped missing, but he never got comfortable enough and confident enough off the ground to hit aggressively and make Korda defend. Never really got to net in this match with any sort of frequency because he was never really in control of the points. Never really the aggressor in the points. So all of this, Korda's power tennis, Nadal losing the feel on his ground strokes, double faulting, Korda's backhand, and the kind of Djokovician pattern on hard courts that we've sometimes seen, with Nadal just getting rushed on his forehand side, and then that right-hander taking the backhand really early and being able to control play with that. The forehand is a huge weapon. So it's not that the backhand always necessarily does more than the forehand. It's just Nadal plays guys with big forehands all the time. The difference is, the rarity is someone like Korda who can hurt Nadal from the back of the court with the backhand and actually win that ad side rally with the backhand. Very few righties can do that. Korda certainly could. Now let's get to 5-2 in the third set. Korda in control here. The majority of this was Korda errors. Korda misses. But the way this works is Nadal needed to, first and foremost, be solid enough to allow Korda to be the first to make a mistake. And in 21 key points, and when I say key points, the parameters are this: Korda serving for the match or the third set tiebreak. So the 5-2 game, the 5-4 game, and the tiebreak. 21 points. Nadal made one mistake. He missed a backhand second serve return in the 5-2 game that Korda was serving. After that, no mistakes. Korda won 6 points. 6 points here. Only one of them was a Nadal mistake. So 5 of them he won just with great play. The rest of them were either, Nadal service winners. There were a couple of those in the tiebreak. Some key ones, clutch towards the end. A lot of Korda errors, though. Tons of them. And you look at all of those factors, 5-2 up, tons of errors. Oh, well, this was a terrible choke, right? It was, sort of. I think there's some nuance here. Did Korda start missing because he got nervous because of the pressure and closing out the match? I would say yes, especially if you look at the context where Sebastian Korda's last 2 matches that he lost, he actually served for the match. In Acapulco, he lost to Lajovic 7-5 in the third set. He served for that one. And then against Norrie in Delray Beach, he served for the match and lost. So again, if you look at the big picture, it appears Korda has a problem here. But having just, if you just zoom in on this match, there were some things that I actually liked about the way Korda approached the end of the match, and even when he was losing, which is that he was going for his shots. And that's what built him the lead in the second set, or won him the second set. That's what built him his lead in the third set. All out aggression, going for it, crushing every single groundie that he had a chance to crush, whether it be a forehand or a backhand, and then coming in. That's what was successful. Korda kept doing that. He just started missing, plain and simple. I would have been more disappointed in Korda, and I would have evaluated his loss more harshly had he actually backed off from his identity and backed off from what was working. And if he got so nervous that he couldn't go for his shots, instead he just started missing. And there's a couple of factors here that you have to consider. First of all, Korda's an error-prone player. And I've seen Korda have, I mean, this is the issue with his game right now, is when he is right and when things are rolling, it's a very difficult offensive barrage to deal with oftentimes. But when he's losing, he's making a ton of errors. So it's not like we have a very consistent player here who just starts making tons of errors because he's up 5-2. We have a player who is error prone, making a ton of errors. The second thing is his shot selection stayed the same. So, is it a choke? Yeah, but it's not the worst I've seen. Not even up there. Not even close. The worst chokes I've seen are when players are unable to make the right decisions, and they start playing really out of character and really, again, it's like if a super consistent player starts missing, that's different. If a super aggressive player starts not being aggressive, that's different. Korda just started missing. He just couldn't make it anymore. And again, the way he was playing, very aggressive intentions on every ball, high risk power tennis. It's hard to execute when the tension is there. Nadal knows that. He locked up. He didn't make any mistakes. He let Korda miss, and Korda just missed. I'm going to wrap on this. The 5-4 game, Korda serving for the match, that wasn't a bad game by Sebi. The 5-2 game was. Lots of errors in there, throughout the entire proceedings. 5-4 game, Korda made one error. He made a first ball forehand error on break point. Nadal hit 3 really difficult backhand passing shots in this game. The first one was maybe an average difficulty, 5 out of 10 difficulty, and Nadal hit the line on a backhand down the line pass. Even mistimed it a little bit, might have gotten a tad lucky. The second backhand pass went cross court, which was probably 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 difficulty. Unbelievably skillful pass on the backhand, open stance cross court. The third pass, man, I'm going to give that 9 out of 10 difficulty. Running forward, low contact point between like the baseline and the service line, and he hits a backhand lob from a really tough position and hits it super well. Korda has to hit a backhand overhead and isn't even close. 3 backhand passing shots that were really tough. And how was Korda playing? Aggressive, coming forward behind his power. And he's doing exactly what built him the lead in the first place, and it just didn't work because Nadal hit 3 great backhand passing shots in that game. So Rafa ends up coming back. He breaks for 5-all. In the tie break, Nadal hit, again, a couple of key service winners. There's a couple of errors here by Korda. And that's that. Another impressive win. I mean, Nadal was not even close to his best. He's going to have to play better moving forward in the tournament, but he survives. He remains undefeated. And we saw what Korda at his best, how freaking good that can be, which was definitely something to behold. And I think he'll have his chin up and his head up here, although he's going to need to deal with some demons now after losing 3 matches in a row that he was in position to win. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.